Hey everybody, this is D Hunter for another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Darkstar Rising Darkstars. Not only that, but this is the Platinum Chase variant. This is John Stewart as a Darkstar. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy, Bill Sandifer from Instagram, Bill's Action Figure Comics, for getting this for me. Bill makes some fantastic action figure comic books. You should check them out. You can see them at billscomics.com. You will not regret it. They are excellent. In my area, every single Target got the same case assortment. That case had Darkstar, Dark Archer, both regular and platinum kite-man, and both regular and platinum Metron. Every Target here got that case. So really appreciate Bill for finding these for me and sending them my way. It is much appreciated. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Darkstars, McFarlane Platinum Edition, McFarlane Collector's Edition. Here he is in the package. Looks like we have a total of 4 interchangeable hands, 2 heads, collector's card, and display stand. One side of the package, Darkstars from Darkstars Rising. This is the 41st figure in the Collector's Edition subline. Other side says Darkstars. At the bottom, there's this barcode if it helps anybody, but keep in mind the Platinum one has the same barcode as the regular. And on the back, here he is from the comics, attacking the Green Lantern Corps. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, 2 different heads, and then 4 interchangeable hands. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So this is Darkstars. Not only that, but this is the Platinum Chase variant in the more classic uniform. He comes with 2 different heads, one of which is John Stewart, and one of which is Ferrin Colos, more or less the leader of the Darkstars. At least that's how I've always looked at him. And because of this, I got 2 of these Platinum figures. It's like having 2 different characters in the McFarlane universe, John Stewart and Ferrin Colos. So the Darkstars are a group of intergalactic policemen that first appeared in October 1992 in Darkstars number 1. The Darkstars were created by the controllers and offshoot of the Guardians of the Universe, and they were given these superpowered suits. Eventually, the controllers stopped supporting them, disabled their suits, and the Darkstars continued on anyway. That's where they have a different variation of the suit later. Some notable members in the DC Universe would be John Stewart, Donna Troy, and Guy Gardner. So let's take a closer look. Now, I think Ferrin Colos here is the, sort of more important of the Darkstars that they could have made, but he's a pretty obscure character. In fact, the whole Darkstars thing is fairly obscure, so I understand why they would make the Platinum be John Stewart's head in the package, and really, you could put any different head on there if you wanted to have like a Guy Gardner or Donna Troy version, and that actually could be pretty cool. So, we have John Stewart here. I would imagine this is one of the same heads they've already released, but I'll check that out here in a little bit. And the outfit, I think, is done on the cyborg body. We will also check that out in a little bit. It's got the Darkstar logo. Literally, it's a Darkstar in the middle. Big shoulder pads, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. I really don't have much issue with the reuse here. This is the red outfit, the more classic traditional look, and the regular version is a little more of a modern suit. So that would be the John Stewart version. And then we have Ferris here, and he's got a pink head. He's definitely not a human. A little sort of stripe there. His eyes look pretty cool. It's the exact same body, of course, but 2 different characters, 2 different members of the Darkstars, army builders, etc. And a closer look at John Stewart's face and head sculpt, and a closer look at Ferrin Colos' head sculpt. And then, here are these figures, broken down as far as they can go, with all of the removable parts detached. Now let's check out the accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's the display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen plenty of times before. Has the classic DC logo now. And then we have the collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Darkstars, but it's the regular version in the different, sort of more modern outfit. McFarlane Collector's Edition. On the back, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now for his hands. He has a total of 4 hands, 2 left hands, and 2 right hands. Here he is, with his first pair of hands. These are his fists, and his second pair of hands. His right hand is an open hand, and his left hand is a gripping hand. And one cool thing about his hands, you have this little sort of circle in the middle, kind of like Iron Man repulsor type thing. Come on. I like that. It's a pretty cool effect with these Darkstar suits. And it's accurate to what they can actually do. Now let's look at his heads. He comes with 2 heads. One head is John Stewart, and the other one is Ferrin Colos. Here's the Darkstar figure with the John Stewart head. This is actually John Stewart as a Darkstar. I believe in the Mosaic storyline, he ended up leaving or getting kicked out of the Green Lantern Corps, and he was a Darkstar for a little while. Eventually became Green Lantern again, though. And I was also curious, is this John Stewart head sculpt simply reused from before? And to tell you the truth, I think it's a brand new head sculpt. So I already knew off the get-go it was not going to be the same as the original John Stewart. I thought maybe there's a chance it was the same as the JLA version. But no, it's definitely a different head sculpt. So a brand new, unique John Stewart head sculpt. Maybe we'll see in the future. Maybe we won't. And here's his Ferrin Colos head. He's another prominent member of the Darkstars. He ended up sacrificing his life with some other Darkstars, saving the universe from the energy vampire Starbreaker. Honestly, if you just bought this pack because you wanted the platinum version and you're going to use the John Stewart head, this guy would make an excellent Green Lantern. And so there you have it. We have Ferrin Colos and John Stewart. They've never made a Ferrin Colos figure before. And then, of course, I wanted to have John Stewart as the Darkstar as well. So it's like getting one new character and then one new version of John Stewart. Very happy to finally have them both. Add in a couple of regular Darkstars, and you have some generic Darkstar soldiers, helmet on. And if you wanted to, you could head swap them and put really any DC character's head on there and have some more unique specific members of the Darkstars team. And if you wanted to, you could swap out their heads and have the classic suits with the helmets on, and these 2 specific characters onto the more modern suits. Now to check out the reuse, differences, and similarities between the Platinum version of the Darkstars and the regular version. And it is 100% the same body, same sculpt, same articulation, different heads. Let's take a look. Like I said, the head is different. He has the helmet on. He does not. The main difference is this guy has a totally red suit. This guy has more of like an armored looking suit. This is the original Darkstars outfit, and this is a later version. This one looks more like a suit, even though it's a sort of powered armor suit of theirs. This one actually looks like a powered armor suit, kind of Iron Man-esque. The helmet detail is very nice, and the head sculpt is pretty good. Metallic paint job on him, a little more sort of flat matte paint job on him. But it is exactly the same sculpt. You can see all the same sort of details. And now to check out the reuse differences and similarities between Darkstars here and the Rebirth Cyborg. This body first debuted with Murder Machine, and it made a really good cyborg. So, the heads are going to be different. The torso area, the torso's different. The stomach, honestly, it also looks to be different. The arms all the way down to the hands are the same, and the legs all the way down to the feet are the same. So, same body, different shoulder pads, different torso, stomach. It is the same diaper piece, and the same legs and arms. But honestly, I have no problem with this reuse. I think they both make for excellent Darkstars and Cyborg figures. Here are all the figures that utilize this base body. It debuted with Murder Machine. We have Murder Machine, Ferrin Colos, generic Darkstar Soldier, John Stewart, and Cyborg. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figures and their accessories, let's check out the height. From bottom to the top of our heads, about 7.3, maybe 7.4 inches tall, which can translate to about 18.5 centimeters. And for their articulation. Starting with the head, you can rotate side to side. You can look up, not too much, down a pretty good amount. Can't tilt his head from one side to the other. shoulders on a ball joint, goes up a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. The shoulder pad is nice and sort of soft. It moves out of the way. He's got this butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrist, it can rotate, and it's hinged as well. Ball joint his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very nice range of motion. Legs, complete as the splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is decent on him. Legs go forward, about that far, back not much. Double jointed knees, and the ankle. Old school ball joints because it's reused from a year one figure. Forward and back, rotate, tilt, rock, and to articulation. Here's a look at the regular Darkstar in a huge battle in the middle of city streets. And then here's an army of 4 Darkstars working together to win the day. Now let's check them out. Next to some other action figures. Starting off with some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here are all 4 of my Darkstars, a small army to defend the DC universe. The concept of the Darkstars pack is similar to the Green Lantern army building pack. You had 2 heads of the regular, then 2 heads with the platinum. Main differences: a lot less people know who the Darkstars are, nor want to army build them, and you really only got 2 unique heads. The rest of them were generic heads. Each of these Green Lanterns were very specific characters. None of them were sort of generic army building Green Lanterns, like the regular Darkstars is. Ferrin here is a brand new action figure to the DC universe. This is what I consider the platinum to be. We have a Ferrin Colos figure, and he's appeared in over 60 comics, but he's not a very sort of mainstream character, more obscure. So I pretty much consider this pack to be the regular Darkstars, our generic Darkstars troops, and then we have at least one specific version, Ferrin Colos. And as a bonus, we got a John Stewart head as his brief time as a Darkstars troop. Let's go and check him out next to some other John Stewart figures. Here he is next to the first John Stewart that McFarlane released based off the comics. Still a decent figure today, but a little bit dated in some areas. And here, next to McFarlane's Justice League Unlimited John Stewart, which, if you ask me, is a horrible figure. And with the JLA John Stewart, which is my favorite figure, although he has kind of a retro look to him. Here are all of the McFarlane DC Multiverse John Stewart figures they've made so far. They've covered a lot of looks, but there's still more they could do. And like I said before, a couple of other familiar DC characters that were in the Darkstars were Guy Gardner and Donna Troy. Since this figure is a Platinum Chase variant, here are all the earlier McFarlane Platinum Chase variants. They were a little bit more dull back in the day, and they've made more and more and more with each passing year. Here are all the Platinum Chase variants from 2024. Boy, did they release a lot last year. And here are all the Platinum Chase variants from 2025. We have the Silver Platinums on the left, and the Red Platinums on the right. They're tracking to make just as many this year as they did last year. And I am almost fully caught up, but I'm still trying really hard to get the Collector's Edition Beast Boy, both regular and Platinum Chase variants. If anybody has any information, can point me in the right direction, or can possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. And on a side note, I'm also looking for the Superpowers Wave 4 Walmart exclusive Black Manta figure. So here's the McFarlane Collector's Edition Wave 1. Every single Collector's Edition figure has a Platinum Chase variant. Here are both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the first appearance Superman, the Abyss, and Alan Scott Green Lantern. And here's the second wave of Collector's Edition figures, both regular and Platinum versions of Firestorm, Hawkman, and Sinestro. Then, the third wave of Collector's Edition figures. We have the Death and Return of Superman, Captain Carrot, Batman as Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. Here's the fourth wave. This wave consisted of Penguin, Starfire, and Captain Boomerang. And here's the fifth wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Sergeant Rock, Connor Kent Superboy, and Manga Batman. Here's the sixth wave of Collector's Edition figures, both versions of the Red Hood, Clock King and Dr. Time, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. And finally, here's the seventh wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Dark Knight Returns Batman, Huntress, and some Green Lantern Corps members. we have Tomar Ray, Evan Sewer, Arcus, Chumuk, and the Green Man. And then here's the 8th wave of Collector's Edition figures. This wave was unusually large. We have both the regular and platinum versions of Lightning Lad, Simon Bowles Green Lantern, Geoforce, Grid, the Christopher Reeve Superman, and Mr. Terrific. Then, with wave 9 of the Collector's Edition, Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Captain Cold, and Power Girl. And here's wave 10 of McFarlane's Collector's Edition, both the regular and platinum chase variants of the Year 2 Batman, Deadshot, and Adam Strange. And here's wave 11 of the Collector's Edition, at least I think. The way they're releasing exclusives, variants, it's kind of hard to tell what the wave is at this point. We have both the regular and platinum versions of the Target exclusive Strange Lives of Superman, Hawk Girl, Yellow Jacket, Mr. Terrific, and then Red Lantern Guy Gardner. And here are the most recent McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and platinum chase variants of Dark Archer, Metron, Kite-Man, Mirror Master, Deathstroke, and Darkstars, hoping to add Beast Boy to this collection eventually. Now let's check them out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here they are, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive Gold Label Obsidian and Mr. Bones. And here they are, next to the Gold Label Target exclusive Mr. Miracle and Sandman. Then, with some recent paint variants, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Gold Hush Batman, Patina Wonder Woman, Black and White Accent Dark Knight Returns Superman, and Frostbite Chris O'Donnell Robin. And now, with the most recent Batman wave, Troika Batman, Kenner Homage Azrael, and Luke Fox Batwing. And here they are, next to the 4th digital wave, both the regular and platinum versions of the No Man's Land Batman, Monarch, Spoiler, and Disco Nightwing. Then, with the green and yellow Rainbow Batman figures. And now, with the most recent wave of Page Punchers, Golden Age Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor, and the regular and platinum versions of Superboy. And finally, with the Ross exclusive 3 Jokers Batman, Hush Superman, and James Gunn movie Superman figures. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how they fit in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix them with. Since they're McFarlane toys, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and then work my way smaller. But first, let's check them out with some of the McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 6 different action figures, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale, and now with some Jakks Pacific Wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys. Here they are, next to a fork and spoon, and here they are with some DC Direct and NECA figures, then with some Mattel and Jaguars Wrestling figures, and now with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally with some SH Figure Arts and Jaguars Fortnite figures. So overall, these are some cool Darkstars figures. Now, this is the traditional costume, the one that I remember from the 90s, but honestly, I think the other costume, the regular version, looks a lot better. Like I said, this is a version I'm familiar with, and I do appreciate getting Ferrin Colos. It's really the only new character from this group, or only new specific character. But I don't really have any personal attachment to the Darkstars or him, and at first I didn't think I needed to get 2 of them, but when I realized there were 2 different characters, I said, yeah, I want to get 2 of each of them. So, they're good figures, and I think the reuse is intelligent. I think it looks just fine on both versions. I don't really have any issue with it. Sculpt paint job, pretty good. I'm really surprised they made 2 brand new head sculpts for the Platinum Chase variant, and for the regular version for that matter. Their accessories, I mean, it's really just the heads. We have the hands too, but I pick a pair of hands I like and stick with it. I do like the fact that they're utilizing 2 different heads to give you 2 different characters, and if you want to buy them twice, it's like getting 2 completely different figures. Ferrin Colos and John Stewart as Darkstars. If I had to rate these guys, I give them like a 6.5 out of 10. They're not really impressing me or doing anything really exceptional or over the top, except for costing a lot by being collector's edition figures. Still, I am happy to add to the collection. I like getting more obscure characters like Ferrin, and existing characters like John Stewart in kind of different various looks they've had over the years. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.